Good morning. Today is August 2nd. It is Monday. It is our first day of school. Today, I have learned my very first homeschool lesson of the year. As you can see, I am not even remotely prepared for this day. So, the very first homeschool lesson of the year is compromise. I knew that I wanted to start today. However, we have had like 2 crazy busy weeks. We've had dance, and then birthday parties nonstop. So we haven't really had any downtime to clean our house, to swap over the school stuff, because my entire plan was to sit down and film in, homeschool organization video, swap out the summer stuff, put in the new stuff, but that hasn't happened yet. And again, today is when I wanted to be the first day of school. So one of the most important things that you can do, especially as a homeschool mom, because basically you're like working 2 jobs, right? So mom job and teacher job. One of the most important things that you can do is learn when and how to compromise. So I was faced with a couple of decisions. One, I could just put it off, start later. I don't really want to do that. I feel like we need to start in order to start, right? Starting alone is the hardest step. First step is the hardest step, and then we'll have momentum to keep going. So I could too try to kill myself over the weekend when we weren't even here. Do it in the middle of the night, but ideally I wanted to film it. So the solution is that I am going to compromise. We are going to do the bare minimum to start, which I think is okay. So we're gonna start with Mom and Me Monday, which you saw in my flow what the plan for that is. And I am just going to do it today on our first day of school. It is 8 a.m. I am really tired. I didn't sleep well. I'm excited to get going. I put on about as little makeup as I feel like I can film and get away with. I've kind of done my hair. I have dressed all the way to shoes because I feel like when I have shoes on, I'm more productive. It's like a different mindset for me. Ditto getting dressed, hair, and makeup. So I have suited up. I have shown up. First 2 steps, right? So we are going to do our best to take you along for our day. I will let you know how it goes. But like I said, my house is in shambles, and I will insert some video of that right here. We are going to do our best. The kids are exhausted because we've been out. So we're going to do just what we can today. So today, I'm going to take you along for homeschool organization. Before we go any further, guys, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And then please scroll down there and give me some love, because some days are hard and I feel like we're just going to make this one a good one because I decided. Okay, so when you have so much to do, you don't even know where to start. I'm forming a plan, I think, of where to start. So I did sweep the floor because the guineas had thrown hay everywhere. So there's no hay on the floor. The next step, I think, let me flip you guys around. So I think in doing everything I need to do, I think the first step is going to be to clean off the table. And then I think what I need to do is just literally pull that out and pull all of this out, just all of it totally out. And then put it back in the cabinet. I think a fresh start is the answer there. So let's do that first. I'll be back. Okay, shot you around. Let's see what we're working with here. all of that and all of this. Maybe not that, because that's just a toy. This is empty and ready. I do think I'm gonna get a cart, one of those tiered rolling carts, because I found one that'll fit just right there. And then these guys are ready. So here we go. Okay, so I think the next step is to figure out what's together, what's each kid, make piles. What's new, what's old. Okay, good luck. Good luck me. Okay guys, so somehow we are mostly organized, and it's definitely one of those people who was like, I don't need one of those tiered carts, but now I actually have found a spot where I could fit one perfectly. I found one that will fit in that spot perfectly, and I can already think of things to do with it. So other than that, I don't actually need to purchase anything other than another chair pouch for my little one because hers got all ripped. But right this minute, the only thing that doesn't have a dedicated home is Matthew C. And I do have a dedicated home for it over here in our wet bar. I just don't want it there. I want it to be available for both of them to use because I think they'll both be using it this year. So anyways, I'm gonna show you our cabinets. I'm gonna flip you around, give me 1 second. Okay, here's our kindergarten. We have all about reading card box. We have our Bambino from last year because she loves it. One of our new games, What's Going On Here? I tried to put in here just the stuff that was like a solitaire thing because in case she needs it or needs to be able to do it while I'm helping sister, I want it to be really handy. We have our colored pencils, some of our art pieces from this year and last year. This year, last year, some of our new games, more art from this year. This is like a quiet book that I put together, and I've taken out so many things that just don't apply to her anymore, but things that are still really important, I feel like, that she needs to work on is right here. Again, just a quiet thing she can do on her own. Here is a bin. We have our Mad Matter, and this is our fun stuff. You're blocking my light. Both from this year and last year, because you can always keep it in there, and things that we didn't even get as part of our curriculum. We just got because they were fun. They're not done, like they're not dead yet. They haven't been totally used or consumed, better yet. So they're here. We have our Ziggy with our reading games because they're still fun and she still enjoys them. So I'm gonna keep them handy. Now this is our actual like schoolwork for the year. You guys know I love the wrap ups. So we've got addition and subtraction. I let both girls choose which thinking skills, like logic and thinking they would do. And she chose this one first. We have our math, our language arts. What is this? Spelling you see, our reader for language arts, or the first of 2 readers for language arts. I can doodle rhymes, our handwriting from Zaner Bloser, and our level K geography. Of course, I'll have everything linked below. So this is our kindergarten start day 1, which is today, homeschool, like organization. It's all ready. Let's go look at 4th grade and then we'll look at our kind of overflow cabinet. Okay, so this is 4th grade. Okay, so we have the Pix Bricks Starry Night. And I put this over here. It's probably going to be like a one-time and done kind of thing, like her globe puzzle from last year. But I put it over here because then she can pull it out and work on it as she wants to. But it's also a little older, so I want to keep it a little bit separate. We have our Mad Matter scratch coding cards from last year, Gecko Bugs Clay. These are the Robotus Dreams from the 4th grade Timberdoodle curriculum kit. So we have those here because they're just little pieces that we don't want to get mixed in with anything else or taken out by anyone else. We have the Aaron's Amazing Putty, Circuit Maze from last year, this brand new set, which is pretty amazing from this year. And they have, like, she's already busted it out so many times. Our bin with our amazing erasable highlighters that we use for spelling, you see. Okay, so let's start on this side. We have our soap carving kit, because again, I just don't want anybody else to get a hold of that. Just in paper, like notebooks. Let's see. Things from previous years, Mad Libs because they're fun. Read Together, Read Alouds because these came in her kit this year, so it's like more wars and things like that. Robin Hood from last year because we haven't finished it. This is her Straight Edge to do with her sketching program from last year that she loves. These are just like printables that I made to help with measurements. Her science journal she wants to keep in here. Some more art things. My Crazy Invention sketchbook from this year. They both got one of these scratch off things, which are pretty fun. Write and draw your own comics, which is great because we have Slimy Slugs is in here. Oh, it's right next to it, where she drew her own comic. Zentangle from last year. We have Dr. Bonafide book 1 and book 2. So I left the one from last year in here and then added the new one. Math and then graph paper I found really helped her like keep it neat so she didn't get confused, which was really handy. Again, the wrap-ups, we have multiplication and division because I think having the multiplication will help her with the division. She chose Logic Safari book 1. We have Skill Sharpeners Geography 4. I keep zooming in. Sorry. Zoop right back out. I keep pushing the button. There we go. Okay, Skill Sharpeners level 4, the textbook for Moz-DOS Ruby, the workbook for Moz-DOS Ruby, first language lessons level 4, her Zahner Blozer handwriting, language smarts level E, which I'm not familiar with at all, and book 1 of spelling UC. So now I'm going to show you our Overflow cabinet and show you how we are storing kind of all of the rest of this stuff. Now I told you Math UC is out. This is our cabinet, but this is the space where I want to put a rolling cart. Right behind the cabinet, I tuck in our whiteboard, the 2x3 for the All About Spelling and All About Reading. Okay, so here we have, let's start over here. This is all the other stuff for 4th grade, like the stuff we aren't using yet, the stuff we aren't to yet, spare pencils, teacher's guides we're not to yet, things we've done before, her sketching, her like drafting program, and her Zahner Blozer cursive from before. We have their schedules, which are still just paper and not very neat because I want to make sure it's going to work before I go through all the effort of like redoing the clipboards. This is all of Marilyn's previous and upcoming stuff, like the second reader, things like that. This is a teacher's guides for me. Now, this is what I envision is going to go on this card. This, and the math blocks. I think that's what I want to put on the card. Anyway, so we have our handbooks, teacher's guides for mom for both first, like kinder first and 4th grade. And then these are our things we do together. These are going to be our Monday, Mom and Me Mondays. So our, I wanted to put the teacher's guide for Studies Weekly in a binder, but it's just not going to fit as well as I want it to, like in my bins. So for now, I'm not going to. Maybe I will once it's on the cart, but our newspapers fit. And I used one of my heavier like metal bins for that because it's so soft that I didn't want them to get like damaged. And then the rest of our things on our All About Spelling card box up here. Okay, so then down here we have random pencils, random things I picked up from Target Dollar Spot, things from this year, things from last year, things from 2 years ago, little kid things and big kid things. But this is just like all the like other stuff, like the art, the games, the kind of bigger project things. Those are all down here right on the bottom in our cabinet. And yes, I really didn't. I had plenty of these from last year because I went a little nuts at Dollar Tree last year. I haven't even been to see what they have this year, but it's probably good stuff.
Can we go there?
To Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, guys. So I got all that done. It is 9:45. I'm going to take 15 minutes and then we are going to start. It's 9:45. I'm going to grab a snack. I'm going to take a breather. And then we're going to start our first day of school. And I feel, even if nothing else gets achieved today, I feel so stinking productive right now. So that is how we organize 2 kids homeschool in our main living space, cabinets, I like hidden storage, so we like to tuck it away. So that is how we do that. That is how it's done. This is how I fit all of those 1,010,000 Timberdoodle kit pieces where it needs to go. So this is our plan. I don't know how long it's gonna work. I'm gonna look at getting that rolling cart because I think I want it. And that's it, guys. Please share down below. What are your best tips, tricks, and hacks for homeschool storage, especially in small spaces, or if you don't have like a dedicated room? Because like for me, it's in our living room, and that's how I want it. We have plenty of places we could put it. I just want, I don't want a dedicated space, and so it works for us. Yeah. It works. So let me know what works for you. I hope that you guys found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. For those of you who have stayed through to the end, wish me luck, because in 15 minutes, I will start filming the first day of school, which will come probably right after this. Okay, I promised that I would update. So look, I have all of this space in our cabinet available now because the rolling cart that I ordered that was $30 on Amazon came in, and look, it fits perfectly in this little nook right next to our big cabinet. I did slide it over just a smidge so that I could get this little pencil cup holder to hold, but let me show you. It's on casters, so it rolls out, which is amazing, but let me show you what all we have here. Okay, so I have all of our together subjects, the Mom and Me Monday right up top. You saw the pencil cup on the other side. It came with these little dividers, which I'm absolutely obsessed with now. And then I have my Math UC manipulatives right here, since they'll both be using them this year. I did find that the height from the first to second was a little bit less than the second to third, or else I would have put those down here, which is actually where they started. But this is all of the stuff that I need, like all of my teacher's guides. So I've got 4th grade and kinder over here. And the one thing, these stinking Mazda's teacher's guides are so big. It still doesn't even fit from here to there, but it actually goes in, whereas it didn't from here to here. So that is what it is. But as you can see, it just tucks nicely right into the little nook where I wanted it to go. So I am so pleased with that. And I'm going to load it with pencils, guys.